it's finally maybe going to turn into autumn. Well, I mean, it's been pretty hot here, as I think it's been for a lot of the country this summer. But today, it is actually, I think the high for my area is like 67 degrees, which is awesome. Unfortunately, it's also raining, but whatever. um, but anyway, I just wanted to welcome you to September and all of the things that are starting to go on in September. I feel like starting in September, the rest of the year is just readathons galore because readers love fall and they love a readathon. So, uh, for me, I'm going to share with you my plans for September and kind of give you a little rundown of what's been going on because I didn't really film any update videos at all in August because I was kind of taking a little break. I did film a couple of videos, announcement videos for said readathons, but nothing like just to tell you what I've been reading. So I will post an August wrap up at some point, but today I just thought I would tell you what's going on. So as you saw from my little montage, hopefully, at the beginning of this vlog, I have some goals for the month, and one of those goals is to get up an hour early every morning, at least during the week, and go through my prayer journal and read a passage of the Bible, maybe like a, not a book, a chapter of the Bible. So I was pretty good with my prayer journal in August, but I wasn't like every day. I probably didn't go through it every day. And a lot of times I would not do it in the morning when I first got up, and I would take it to work with me, which was fine because I do, have a little downtime during the day here and there that I could pull it out and work my way through it. But, doing that at the office is just not always conducive to, really sitting down and doing that kind of thing, because even if you think you have some downtime, suddenly someone comes around the corner and needs something. so um, so I'm going to try to either do it first thing in the morning every day in September, or before I go to bed at night. Make sure that I go through it at night, because let's be honest, just sometimes it doesn't work to do these things in the morning. Sometimes you sleep in by accident. So I'm not going to beat myself up about it, but I do want to try to do it every day. So that is one of my goals. And of course, one of my other goals is just to stay active and try to maybe lose a little bit of weight. But I am also going to focus more on my measurements than my actual weight. So, because I feel like I eat pretty healthy and I am pretty consistently getting 10,000 steps a day and above on this thing. But I don't seem to be losing any weight, which, I'm getting older, so that might just be a thing that is going to happen now, is gaining a little bit of weight. But I do want to stay healthy and, fit into my clothes. So that is another one of my goals. But that is not a reading goal. But I was inspired by my friend Krista from Books and Jams, who started a new channel for her healthy journey. So I was inspired by her to kind of put that out there in this video. So anyway, let's get to the actual reading plans. First of all, I will tell you what I have carried over from August. I have been, well, this doesn't show you anything. I have been reading Charlotte by Helen Moffat. I started this with a couple of friends on Voxer, Megan from The Story Girl, Naomi from Naomi's Bookshelf, and Chelsea from Voyage of a Time Wanderer. I always want to make sure, I always like trip up on her channel name. Yes, that's right. But anyway, Chelsea started it late, and just because I was just reading it physically, I had so many other things going on at the end of the month when I started this. I'm only halfway through. The font is like really big. Like, look at that. So, like, you'd think this would be a really fast read, but I just have not really made time to just sit down and just read. So that's another goal for the beginning of the month, is to just finish this, because I like it. So far, I have to catch up on my Voxer messages, but the last couple of messages that I listened to from the other girls is that they're not really enjoying this book that much. I am enjoying it. It's slower than I thought. It's a little bit different than I thought, and I'm kind of worried it's going to go in a direction that I am not into. But so far, we're halfway through the book, and it hasn't gone there yet, so I'm hopeful. So I'm going to try to at least get through a couple of chapters of this today. I have a half day at work, which is nice. So I'm going out to lunch with some family, and then just going to take the rest of the day off. So hopefully I will be able to get some of this busted out. So then, as you might have seen on my channel, it is the start of Shaketember, which was formerly known as Shaketube. And it's a month where I and a few other hosts are going to be focusing on reading Shakespeare. So we have picked 4 Shakespeare plays to read throughout the month, and week 1 is going to be Othello. So it's been a while since I've read this. I have read it, but I believe the last time I read it was college. So I'm not even going to venture to tell you what this is about, because I don't really remember that much about it. So this is what I'm going to try to read the whole way through today. And I'm going to utilize an audio book version of it as well, hopefully. I haven't actually looked for that yet, but hopefully I can find one, because I find that is a really good way to read Shakespeare, is to listen to it at the same time as you're following along. Because I feel like audio plays and audiobooks, like, you don't always understand who's talking. And so it's helpful to actually see the notation in the play of who is talking. So, which, obviously helpful, especially when the language is hard. So yeah, I am really looking forward to this. And the reason that I want to read it all today is because I am going to attempt to do the 30 books in 30 days challenge that Kaylee from Books for MK, and I believe Naomi from Naomi's Bookshelf. I think that's who the other, I'll have to look that up, but all that information will be down below. But they are doing this challenge. And before you get all like, you can't read 30 books in 30 days, you're right, I can't. But I can read plays, and I can read short stories. And I have decided that I will focus on, for the 30 books in 30 days challenge, reading Shakespeare, and also reading short stories from one of these 2 books that I've had sitting on my shelf for a very long time, and I haven't really cracked them open. So this is my way to challenge myself to get into these books that I purchased and need to actually read. So this one is a Hans Christian Andersen, so they're all, kind of fairy tales, middle grade-esque, so I feel like that should be fairly easy to get through one a day of those. If I need to, I'm not going to worry about it if I am able to either finish a book that I've been reading for a few days, or, I read a Shakespeare play. That's going to be my first go-to, is my 4 Shakespeare plays that I need to read. And then this one is Folklore I believe it's all by Yates. Yeah, by Yates. And I think from flipping through it before, they are all pretty short. And it's fairy tales, basically, as well. So I think it should be easy. Or it might even be poems. I don't know. I'm not sure. I can't remember. But Yeah, if it's just like a one-page poem, I will try to read like two or three. But yeah, I'm looking forward to diving into both of these. So yeah, this has been a clip that has been really long. So I'm going to go because I need to get ready for work. But I will hop back on hopefully tonight and kind of wrap up how I did for the day. I might try to do these daily in the month of September. I probably won't get them every day, but I might try to do it that way. We'll see. But if not, you might see this in like a weekly setup. I don't know. But all right, friends, I will talk to you later tonight. Hello, friends. It is later on September 1st. I have decided to get comfy and take off my makeup, so I am sorry. But I wanted to tell you that I finished Othello. So I am done with my first book for the 30 books in 30 days challenge. And I'm also using this for the diverse characters prompt in the Fall Into Reading challenge, which I believe I failed to mention that I am co-hosting this for the next 3 months, actually. So I'm glad to be off and running with the first book in that challenge ticked off, the first prompt. I'm using the bigger bingo board, so maybe I'll put it here if I remember. But I'm using that for the diverse character prompt because the character of Othello is a Moor, which makes him a black character. And of course, because of that, there's some discrimination that is involved in this play. I'm not going to talk about it too much because we will be hosting a discussion video of this for Shaketember on Saturday. And I believe this was Jason's pick, so I think it will be on Jason's channel. And it should be up sometime on Saturday. I think we're recording in the morning, so it should be up in the afternoon probably. Anyway, yeah, so I'm not going to talk a whole lot about this, but I really did enjoy it, and I'm looking forward to that discussion about it because I feel like Jason might have said that he has read it in the past and did not enjoy it, but I think that was who said that. So I'm interested to see why or if his thoughts have now changed on that. So I am still working on Charlotte by Helen Moffat. I'm still enjoying it. It is kind of a slow read, I'm not gonna lie. But so far, I'm still a little apprehensive about where stuff's going, but it hasn't gone anywhere bad as of yet. I'm hoping to get that finished within the next few days, but that probably is to say that tomorrow will probably be a short story day. So I will probably just decide tomorrow what I feel like. If I feel like reading a Hans Christian Andersen like middle grade fairy tale, or if I feel like reading an Irish folklore piece by Yeats. So yeah, I'm thinking. I think I said earlier that I might make this a like a daily vlogging type situation where I upload every day. I don't think I'm going to do that now. So I think for at least the first, I think I'm going to put these up every week, maybe on the Monday of the, of the next week, So, so we'll see if I give you some clips for every day or what happens. But anyway, I hope everybody is enjoying the start of their September and enjoying all the readathons. And I will talk to you tomorrow. Hi, friends. Well, thank goodness that I did not make like a public statement that I was going to do daily vlogs because it is now Monday, September 6th, and I don't know where the time went, but I didn't update you since Wednesday. Was that when the month started? So it's been, oh, well, at this point it's the 6th, so it's been 6 days, and I'm just now updating you. For shame. But anyway, let me just update you on what's been going on. Saturday morning, I had a Zoom call with Jason from Old Blues Chapter and Verse and Lukash from A Cruel Reader's Thesis, and we kicked off our Shaketember Zoom discussions where we talked about Othello. And that was really super fun. I really enjoyed our conversation. They picked things out that I never even really thought about, and it was just, just fun to just sit down and have like an intellectual conversation on a Saturday morning, but it like wasn't an intellectual conversation in which felt like it was too much, you know what I mean? So, and it only lasted about an hour, so I felt like it didn't take up, too much of my Saturday, which was nice. So I will see if I can insert a little clip of us here, but I will also link down to that video because it is on Jason's channel this week. And if you want to go back and listen to it, if you are interested in reading Shakespeare, if you haven't read Shakespeare in the past and you want to get started on it, and you're kind of into the tragedies or into like, things where people die a lot, then I think Othello is a very accessible first-timer Shakespeare, because even though, the language is Shakespearean language, I feel like pretty much right from the start, you kind of know what's going to happen. You know what the characters are doing. The action of the play is such that you don't really need to know every single bit of the wording to really understand what's going on. So I thought that was a really great start to our Shaketember. So I really recommend that you watch it and join us. We're doing The Tempest next week. So let me tell you what I have been reading since I last updated you, because obviously I haven't been very good at that. So I've been doing the 30 books in 30 days challenge, and but I have been doing them with short stories from 2 different short story poem collections that I have on my shelves. So the first short story I read was from this Hans Christian Andersen collection that I got at a library book sale many moons ago. I think maybe back in 2018, 2019. I should have written that in the book, but I didn't. But anyway, I read the Tinderbox, and look at the illustrations. There's illustrations all through this book, which is awesome. But I will say that the Tinderbox was real weird and didn't really have a moral necessarily at the end. I felt like the main character, who is a soldier who basically cheats an old witch out of a tinderbox, which it's kind of like a genie's lamp. When he does the flint stuff, makes fire, makes a spark with it, it calls forth a dog that basically does his bidding for him. And I won't give it away, but I feel like in the end, the soldier doesn't really get what's coming to him as far as like what he ended up doing to people. He just kind of rides off into the sunset, and he's fine. He got all this good stuff, and he doesn't really deserve it in my eyes. So yeah, that one was kind of odd, and I was kind of surprised about that with Hans Christian Andersen. But maybe I just don't know enough about his stories. And then the other collection I read from is this Irish folklore fairy tales book that is edited, I believe, not written by, but edited by Is that what it says? Yeah, it says edited by W.B. Yeats. And the first, I read a poem first from, let's see, I think it's just called The Fairies or something. But I read from this first section called The Trooping Fairies. And there's different things, and they kind of give a tale or information. That's the word I'm looking for. Information about the folklore of the fairies. Oh, and yeah, I read a poem called The Fairies. I mean, I'm not really into poetry, so it was fine. It was just a poem. Didn't really have any like real big significance. I about anything. It was just a story, a poem about fairies. And then I read Frank Martin and the Fairies. And this one was also strange. I didn't, by the time I was done with it, I was like, and was there a moral to this story? I don't think there was. It was just talking about an old guy who apparently was kind of a hypochondriac, or at least the village thought. And he would always see fairies, and he was like 100% sure that there were fairies and in his house, and everybody just thought that he was crazy. And then all of a sudden somebody else heard the fairies, and things ensued. So by the end of the story, they weren't really sure if Frank Martin was crazy or if there really was fairies. So again, not really anything to write home about. This one, I would say that of both of the stories I read this week, this one was more entertaining than the Tinderbox. But both of them, not really that great. So I was thinking that I would make this like every 2 weeks since I didn't update. But I think I talked long enough that I could make it sort of a semi-vlog, kind of a weekly wrap-up kind of a thing. So I think I'm just gonna put it up this week, today, hopefully. And we'll just try to do weekly wrap-ups or something. If I can do them vlog style, I will. Maybe I'll just try to do like a vlog style wrap-up like my friend Chloe from Always Booked does. Yeah, I think we'll just maybe try to do something along those lines, because apparently I'm still not back in the groove of this vlogging thing. So, but anyway, I hope you are having a good start to your September. What are you reading? Are you keeping up with all the readathons that are happening right now? Are you joining us for Shaketember? Yeah, I just want to know all the things. I think, I forgot one book. I just started Lady Audley's Secret by Mary Elizabeth Braddon. This is Kate Howell's Patreon book club pick for the month of August and September, but I just started it today, the 6th. So, but I'm listening to it via audiobook, so it should go quickly, especially if I remember to listen to it at work when I go back tomorrow, so hopefully I will. But so far, I can tell it's going to be a wild ride, and I'm really going to like it. I think I have decided already that I really like Victorian sensation novels, because they are just a wild ride. So yeah, anyway, that's my plan for the upcoming week, is hopefully to finish Charlotte. I really need to get that finished, and to get most of Lady Audley's Secret read. I mean, it's kind of long, so I don't know if I'll get it done this week, but maybe. And those are really my only 2 TBR plans for this upcoming week, because next week for the fall into or next week, as in starting the 13th, we will be having a group read of The Wizard of Earthsea by Ursula K. Le Guin, I believe, is the author. So I want to get some other things knocked out before I go into that. I have read that one in the past, so I'll probably just do it on audiobook. But yeah, so anyway, I'm gonna go get this edited and put up for you, and I will see you next week. All right, bye friends.